to the Beaver game.
Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. It is time for us to deploy our fully operational battle Malicos. We are going to start off with our free-to-play account, and we haven't played our free-to-play in a bit, just because I kept forgetting to sign in and, sign up for GAC. So here we are. But welcome, welcome. It's good to see each and every one of you. Good to see you, AJ. Welcome, Trey. Good to see you today. Good to see you, Astro. Welcome, Con Warlock. AJ again. Sleep. AJ one more time. Trey. Okay, one more time. AJ, hello. And then Heinricher. How you guys doing? You need to know that Wep means to express resignation or disappointment. So his thumbnail kind of shows that Beav lost the GAC. Exactly. Is that a new hello there emoji? Yes, it is. We've had it for a bit now, but yes, we do have a hello there emoji now. Hey, our miser, can we get some General Kenobis in the chat for all of the hello there's? And we can jump right in. We have a fresh new GPU in our PC. We managed to get our hands on a NVIDIA 5070 Ti, which are very hard to find. They just came out and already they're impossible to find unless you're paying double the price for them. But I woke up early and the exact time that Best Buy restocked all of their GPUs, and I managed to grab myself one. So put that in my PC today. It is about twice as heavy as my last GPU. And we tested it before stream, and it's looking like it's doing good. So I'm going to assume that it's all going to look absolutely sexy during the stream. So fine. I misspelled it. My bad. Is that better? I'll even go fix it on Twitch, too. Gosh, people are so mean. Let's get rid of sub-only chat over on Twitch, because we were doing a members and sub-only stream last. Okay. Minor spelling mistake, you lose. Okay, so we've got Emperor Palpatine Mara Jade to deal with. That's not too bad as long as we're faster than Mara Jade, essentially. A no Seda, no nothing Geonosian team. Okay, let's check what Mara's speed's at. There you go. Thank you, Heinricher. 251. That is a really slow Mara Jade. For a Gear 12 Mara Jade, that's pretty dang slow. Okay, so this team, we do have a relic Darth Vader on this account. So you can throw a Relic Darth Vader against this. And that'll leave us Savage for the back wall, and then Hondo for the top wall. Do we? Yeah, we do have him on offense. Okay. First special or lead. If you have him Relic, definitely the lead, Shack Dag. This first special is nice, though. The upsetting of cooldowns is very nice. After 12 battles, I finally won my second live arena match, which over 6 minutes because the enemy needs 10 seconds for every single turn. Gosh. Oh, that hurts, Heinricher. That hurts. Okay. Ooh. We are going to have to, like, play it safe because my settings did get reset when we upgraded our PC to Windows 11. And so, like, my settings are going to be a little wonky, and so if I'm not careful, the music's going to be really loud and just blast my eardrums and yours. So I'm going to have to pay attention because some of my songs are fixed, but then the rest of them, I haven't had time to go through and fix the audio for them, so we're going to have to fix them on the fly each match. Which, I mean, it takes, like, 2 clicks to do so it's not hard. Let's see, what's the song we're using for this? That one. No, it's fixed. Rossi coming in the 149, the beautiful Rose. Thank you, my friend. Honestly, Rossi, I'm going to count that because it's low enough. It's not enough to cause a message. So that means we're going to count it because any donation that doesn't have a message, we assume that's to give a treat to Mara. So, sure. Hey, you're cool, boy. Get you a treat. Green screen looks a little bit messed up. I'll take a look at it in just a moment. Oh. Got it. Other paw. Other paw. Jate. Good girl. Okay, down. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at this. You guys are saying it's messed up. Oh, that's just off coloring. That's all it is. Okay. Let me fix that real quick. That's fixed. Fixed to me. Ugh. All messages have give Mara a tree. It's the fine print, so it might not be visible. Q Rossi, if you're in the damn Discord, post them in damn pets, and we'll look at them on stream.
One half portion. Be careful not to choke on your. One half portion. One half portion.
Gosh, BlueStack seems like it's getting glitchier. Probably should have done the Geonosian Brute last. Done. Have I seen the new season of Invincible? No, I haven't. I'm behind on it. The 2 shows that I need to start watching are Invincible and the new Daredevil. I'm behind on both of those. Ooh, interesting. This should be a Savage Dolo.
1/2 portion. Choke on your portion. Be careful not to choke on your 1/2 portion. 1/2 portion.
Is the new season done yet? I think they released the first half of the new season, but they're waiting like a month or so before they drop the rest of it. Are they dropping the whole season? I thought they were waiting for a bit.
Portion.
2 a.m. is a bit too late. Have a good stream. Sounds good, Heinriger. You have a great night, my friend. Oh yeah, no, this is awful on BlueStacks. I don't know if it's like a setting right now. Alright, let's see if we can't up the settings at all. Put that to performance, that to high. Enable high frame rate. Okay, we're restarting BlueStacks. Your wall has a lot of bolt holes behind me. Yeah, people were trying to get me earlier today. I mean, to be fair, the previous season of Invincible wasn't really up to them too much. But yeah, everyone did hate it. Including me. Gosh, it's still really bad. Ugh, I hate using BlueStacks. Or it's, you know, from me making puns and then people shooting at me because I made puns. I don't know, it seems a little bit cleaner, but still not good. Invincible Season 3 animation looks cheap. Interesting. Should have Ray and Starkiller Relic by the end of the week. Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome, Sleep. You're definitely not sleeping on your farms. I love these messages that are popping up above me. The ones that say, hey, you're poor. I love those messages so much. Because it's like, ooh, I finished some challenges? Really? Oh, you're poor. You can't get challenges done. So dumb. Still my biggest complaint about that, the new changes. Is Crosshair any good? Him starting out with 0 accuracy is scary. I don't know. I actually didn't watch the testing stream with Arnold. I didn't have time. Oh, that's nice. Love that, Con Warlock. It's so weird having Sana on offense. Heck yeah, Rossi. Okay, I'll go check him in just a moment. Let me finish this battle. Because I smell something.
Hello, my very
Aha! This is one of the ones we haven't fixed. You guys got to stay on top of me and make sure I fix these as we go.
hello, my very own friends. I am Hondo Onaka.
Gambit is his name. Cute. Java, Riva, and other high caliber teams can also kind of be rolled, so probably offense only. Interesting, bro. That's very interesting. Hey, Alex, good to see you, my friend.
So betrayed. Nice.
Wow, that was rude.
Nice. Juicy. I smell profit.
Stop it!
Thank you, Mom.
Dude, they're landing every single hit. How are we not dodging any of this? We're gonna get stun locked. There we go. There we go. Holy shiz.
He's a sword wielding maniac I've had to deal with. And Hondo Onaka survives every time.
There we go.
My sweet mother.
Beautiful.
Son, if one knows
Didn't sweat one bit. Wasn't worried.
at 3, well, that's just good business.
Okay, we will do it before we move to the free or to the full main account.
Nice. Juicy. I smell
No profit.
Thank you, Mom. I am Hondo Onaka. Thank you,
I
Mom.
just one tap him. Sweet. That's one less chip. I'll take that stun. There's a solid stun right there.
This effort is no longer profitable.
Can we try and get through this shit before we get perfect. Easy clap. Ah! Keep forgetting to switch it. So loud. You basically absolutely need like 2 of his Zetas. You don't need all of them, Devin. So like I would say his unique is super important and his second special. Those are the 2 that I'd be like, yeah, you should probably get these done.
Apology accepted.
Ooh, give turn meter to the guy with 4 dots on him. Yes, hasten him to his death, why don't you? Hey, Caracol, good to see you, my friend. Okay, let's see. Solid score on the free-to-play. Oh, we should probably do this just because I know I'll forget.
fire when ready.
Looks like a light, a fire alarm, a vent. Just a couple things, not a lot. There's not a lot that's up.
Apology accepted.
Smoke detector, same thing, Caracol. I've never been able to do a shack tag, but you might be able to. I don't know. People do things that I can't do all the time.
You may fire when ready. Lord Vader will provide us with the location of the death sticks. You want to buy some death sticks?
Yes, that is correct. The death sticks will be defeated.
You want to buy some death sticks?
Yes, that is correct.
Where did our bonus turns go? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this high. This is like my only good team. We'll do a base relic. Sounds good, Trey. You have a good night. Get some sleep and feel better, my friend. Ooh, they attacked first to assert dominance. Are you shaking your custom baby steel leather boots, Con Warlock? What is she considered? I think she's considered a support. Dang, I feel like the torture's just not doing anything. Oh, it's because they're stacking protection, and it's dealing damage equal to health. So once we get to his health, it's gonna basically just wipe him out in one tap. Should have used the ability right there. Oh, we killed him anyways. All in. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Hit me again, tube sock. Okay, we're through the protection. Now it's just health. It's gonna hurt. Oh. Okay. There goes another. Can we kill him? Oh, days. Stay alive, guys. Hello there, goodbye there, and green is a cool color. Well, you have a good night, Appley, if that's all you can spend with us. Ooh, Fastro. This is gonna take 3 to 5 business days to get through her, I can tell you that for sure. Or not. Maybe it'll just take 1 swarm. That was so much damage. Yeah, win the battle with an active episode pass. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, I'll pretend that I'm not poor. We'll do this tier. And we'll go droid. And we'll use you with you. Right, sleep. Okay. Then as soon as we're done with this, we'll switch over back to GAC. Okay, he's dead. We need through Candyman quick. There we go. Oh, it's a full squad of droids, isn't it? Full team of droid units. Hold on, let's go find another droid. Dang, sleep. Yeah. Okay, there's his bonus turn. It's just basic. Try and kill him off. Ooh, so close. And there he goes. Okay, sick. Let's get a taunt out there because that's all you're good for. Basic again. We're just gonna try to avoid as many counterattacks as possible and try to kill people off. There we go. Hey, it's Tornado. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Beautiful. It's a solid start to our episode pass. Okay, on to our main account. Let's do that same thing so they don't patch it out on us. What was the other one? Undersized squad. Gotta fight my first mommy bow today. Gonna try Star Killer. Good luck, my friend. My stream's a bit oversaturated. Are you talking about my face? Because my face is definitely a little bit oversaturated. But the game itself is actually on point. Unless it's doing something weird. Looks okay from there. Yeah, it does look a little bright on the stream side. I don't know what's causing that on the stream side. I'm a bit oversaturated just because I fiddled with my settings a bit and I wasn't, you know, doing it through the right stuff. You're true. Rowan did say a bad word. It's DAM, bro. It's the Beaver Dam, bro. You like counterattack. Honestly, just auto. That better? Sick. Green. Okay. Big shout out to our opponent, Savar. And he has all the GLs, I'm assuming. No, he's missing two. Who's he missing? He is missing Leia and Ahsoka. And he has all the GL ships. He's missing Leviathan. This is a workable GAC, I feel like. Like, this doesn't feel like it's going to be awful. Okay, so this is going to be a Rey Hezra. So we're going to have to use something special there. We got Tuscan Waiter. Demokagabuga. How do you pronounce that? I am going to buy the episode pass. I just haven't bothered to yet. And I don't know if I will between now and the end of the Galactic Challenge. So, just want to get that in now, essentially. So this is wild. I have not seen a Geonosis team on defense in like 3 to 5 business years. That's actually crazy, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but that's wild to me. Jawas? I do have Jawas in my account. Okay, we got a Jabba. What's the Datacron? Ooh. I don't like that. I don't like that, guys. It's the big boy Datacron. I don't think I can take that down with Night Sisters. Ooh. We got a Quadme. We have a Malgus. Interesting. Well, this is a good fit. Here. Because this is honestly one of the best uses of Imperial Troopers you can do if you're faster, which we can guarantee we're faster. Let's check mods just because I want to know how well this guy mods his account. Okay, nothing insane. Good mods, but not like insane mods. Nice, COD Warlock. Hey, Age, welcome, welcome. I mean, the thing is, it's like, you can just throw, like, a solo Vader against Geonosians. What would be an insane number on Finn? Anything faster than my Finn. If you are faster than my Finn, I think you're putting too much speed on Finn. Because I think I put too much speed on Finn. Anything over 330 and you're good for Finn. My Finn's at 349. Why is Scout Trooper level 3? Well, you see, I made a video forever ago that I don't even think I might have posted it. I think I actually did post it. It was one of the new player guides I was making. I made a new player guide and I was explaining how leveling up characters influenced his stats. And he was a character that I had been working on at the time for shards. And so he's at the top of my list. So I took him from level 1 to level 2. And then someone donated like $5 during a stream for me to bring him up to level 3 because I saw he was at level 2. And so I graciously agreed and said, yes, I will take your $5 to bring my Scout Trooper up to level 3, even though it kills me in my heart. I haven't brought Magma Trooper above the level of mods or the level overall since I used him to beat the R2-D2 event. Because our R2-D2, I needed him faster because I was working on CLS. And so I needed him faster done. And so I didn't have Empire and it was taking forever to farm new Empire. So I just bought all of the troopers that were in the shops. Never going to get Leia? Oh, Leia's definitely on the rise. Like, Leia's coming very soon to a theater near you. It's just, you know, why take up a character when you can save those credits and take them up when you're ready? Because then you're just wasting credits you could be using on mods. So. It's going pretty well, Fogly. We basically soloed the entirety of our free-to-play GAC, and we're just getting started on this one. And it's looking fairly easy compared to our opponents lately. Almost forgot to fix the song first.
Activate the Dark Troopers. Activate the Dark Troopers. Activate the Dark Troopers. Activate the Dark Troopers.
Mara's dead asleep while I party. Yeah, this is Kyber 3.
You have something I want. Activate the dark troopers. Activate the dark troopers. Activate the dark troopers. Activate the dark troopers.
9mm GP with 1 GL? That's wild. He's on the droids you're looking for. Okay. We're gonna try this. We're probably gonna drop this, but I want to try it. This is a good Datacron. It's a good level 6. It's not a good level 3. So I'm just kind of curious. This counter is finicky anyways, so I don't have a lot of hope, but I'm willing to drop the battle for science, so. Hey, don't kill anyone. I am fixing song.
I believe you have a question. You love me. You love me. I believe you have a question.
What sorcery is this?
You love me.
Pull it off.
Loyalty. Your life. My loyalty. My life. You love me. Your loyalty. Your life.
Okay.
The witch is out.
Huh!
I thought that we had decided not to fall.
Oh, this isn't working.
Right, the witch is out.
Oh. I'll take it. Honestly, I'll take it. It's a tactical 2-shot. I'll take it. We just couldn't get to line up because they kept dropping thermals on Marin, and I'm like, Marin's so close to dying. We get a chance on the tournament chat. My opponent. Well, wait, hold on. Speaking of, I did say we were gonna take a look at Rossi's poopers.
Easy to acquire, hard to control. I believe you have a question.
What sorcery is this?
Men are easy to acquire.
Let's see this.
Control.
Aw, so cute. So cute. So cute. This is Gambit, everyone. Say hi to Gambit. Gambit is adorable. Okay, okay. Padme, Jedi Knight, Anakin, General Kenobi, any cheap counters, Solo, Malik at like at least Relic 5. Hey Beaver, when you get a chance, check on the tournament team chat. My opponent that I posted in there has like 30 plus level 9 Datacrons, like WTF, Kyber 4 with that grind. That's wild. Using a Gear 12C against a Jedi Knight Revan team. I love it. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Is there data? Is there data for this? Rita. There is data for it. A 92% win rate. Guys, do you think that's high enough for us to do it? It's what? You and you. It's a 90% win rate, so it's technically better than our other counter. Okay, sounds like you guys want to see it. Darth Maul did damage. It's a miracle. Yeah, I was gonna say she's missing a mod. I mean, it's not really that important. That's what 555 555 speed right now. I don't know if the extra, 10 speed I could have right there would really matter too much. What are all the things she shares again? Critical chance, critical damage, offense, speed. I need to do some remodding on mission. Might as well start off with some extra turn meter just for the sake of, what? Okay, hold on. 25% turn meter of 500 speed is additional 125. 137. So that is 692 speed on the first turn. I don't know, they might outspeed us. I mean, he's gonna get a bonus turn, obviously, but oh my gosh, that's so much damage. Oh, let's get a song in here. Oh, hold on. Is this song fixed? Yeah. Okay, we're not going to hit the AoE. We found it was better not to hit the AoE because then we don't deal with the whole, getting people out of, whatchamacallit. Let's go ahead and, yeah, let's do that. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I love this Omicron, guys. I love this Omicron. Oh, that was beautiful. Yes, that's the point, is, here, we'll read it real quick. I'm not gonna go searching. Old Republic. They gain the Sith Empire tag until the end of the battle. Mission gains a bonus turn at the start of the battle. Until the start of that turn, she can't be targeted by enemies. At the start of that turn, she is instantly defeated and grants her critical chance, critical damage, offense, and speed to Zalbar and Darth Revan, in addition to their own until the end of the battle. These effects persist through defeat. Zalbar and Darth Revan gain guard until Zalbar is defeated. Once per turn, Darth Revan assists whenever Zalbar uses an ability. It is a reference to KOTOR. Everyone cover your ears if you don't want any spoilers to KOTOR for the next 20 seconds, starting now. So basically this is a reference to if you play a fully dark side playthrough, because you have a life debt with Zalbar, you can actually force Zalbar to kill Mission at the end, because Mission refuses to be part of the light side. Or part of the dark side. She turns against you. And so you can force Zalbar to kill her. Let me ban this person over on Twitch. Gotta love bots. Yeah, Darth Revan's hitting like a truck. You aren't wrong, Fogley. A little. I definitely play Darkseid just for that. Oh gosh. It's honestly probably the worst decision in the whole game. Like, you do some evil stuff and everything, but I think that one's the worst decision in that entire game.
Love is making a shot to the knees of a target 120 kilometers away, using an Tech sniper rifle with a tri-light scope.
I seem to remember not doing well last time we went against her. I can't remember what we tried against this team, but it didn't work very well. I don't remember what it was, though. We'll probably just use Bane there and call it a day. Sith Eternal there. And then we'll deal with the back wall and come back around to the front wall. Because we still have SLKR with Darkseid Ray for this team. And I think Bounty Hunters beats this still, even with the Datacron. Either way, I think we'll have something to take this out. And then TCMG is taken out by Maul. This is also taken out by Maul, but we won't use Maul here. I'm not sure what we'll use for there. Sure, Sleep, sure. We'll use Luthen here because Luthen's kind of not the greatest value in 3v3. He's solid on defense, but on offense, he's just... he's a good cleanup team. Oh yeah, we need to find a home for Malicos. Where are we going to use Malicos? My opponent placed all 9 GLs on defense and a Rhodium 4 and only have 3 GLs. You got this. I believe in you, Christopher. Don't listen to Sleep. Ult has always been that way. It's always one. So if you're doing 3 refreshes a day of regular energy, and you're farming nothing but dark side ticket, you're going to end up with 1 week to get the GL, and then it takes another 3 weeks to get the ultimate. Who's the next Proving Grounds character? Luthen, isn't it? I'm almost positive it's Luthen. Just go. You guys don't need Datacon.
Always you get hard. No more. No less. The master and the apprentice.
That works.
From the ashes of destruction, I was the last survivor. I am the Dark Lord.
Nice, it's Tornado. Dang, and we got Force Influence on him? I don't even remember what Force Influence does. I'm gonna be honest. Let's drop an extra turn on you.
Thousands have come before me. Only a few have tried to follow. Usurpers,
Very nice, Con.
pretenders, failures.
I miss the good old days when I could get 79 banners in fleets because people would put endurance with random garbage because lightspeed bundles didn't exist and people wouldn't invest in ships. And so because I heavily invested in ships, I'd do stupid stuff where, you know, they'd be like, oh, an endurance with random garbage. And so I'd send in a Houndstooth with just Thrawn's capital ship, and it would solo a team. And so you get 79 banners. It was my favorite thing in the world. And now you really can't do it because everyone has lightspeed bundles, so they have some type of good fleet no matter what. Yeah, that's the problem with an unavoidable, unresistible stun. Ooh, I haven't actually listened to this one in a while. Let's make sure it's fixed. It is not. Sounds good, Milton. You have a great night, my friend. Tell crew to stop. Yeah, obviously. That's all you gotta do. Why didn't you think of that? Heck yeah, Alex RG. Like, that's literally all it is just getting the right RNG to be able to get through Sidious, and then you win. There it is. I don't know why I'm bothering, because I have to make sure Malicos dies. Because I can get caught behind Malicos and Malik, so I'm just gonna have to ult on them and then just auto on the Darth Revan and call it a day. Oh, I think did I forget? I probably did. Whoops. I did. Hold on, guys. I forgot to put out the message letting everyone know we're live. That is my bad. There we go. Now people will know we're here. Okay, what's this about? Oh. Immediately worried about the, like, how good a back wall is when one of your top two teams for GP is an Inquisitor team led by Second Sister. Like, that is, Did crew desist? Gosh. Yeah, a 2-turn stun is rough, dude. Hey, Tamoy, welcome, welcome. Ooh, I need to post this song tonight. I will have this song posted on Spotify tonight. It'll take about a week to go up, but I'm gonna post this song tonight. I just remembered I have the art now for this one, and the art for the next one is almost done.
Or a threat.
You should have never given up your armor.
Grief Karga said you were coming.
What else did he say?
He said you were the best in the parsec. He's lowering your blaster.
Tell them lower theirs first.
We have you 4 to 1.
I like those odds.
I don't understand the 3v3 hate. Get higher and you will, Tornado. I used to love 3v3 until about Erodium. Erodium is where I started absolutely despising 3v3 because people start having way too much to put on defense, and so they'll always full clear you. They always have way too many teams, and all of their defenses, like all of the counters for their overall like viability, are cut in half. And so like this is the first time I've gone against something that's reasonable in 3v3, the entire 3v3.
Use any methods necessary, but I want them alive. No disintegration.
As you wish.
Yeah, Fogley, you're not wrong. This is a really easy defense. And I will take my reprieve.
He's no good to me dead. You know who I am? I am Boba Fett.
Okay.
He's no good to me dead. You know who I am? I am Boba Fett. What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me.
The Empire will compensate you if he dies.
Can you underman with Dr. Dre? Maybe,
If you wish to continue breathing,
but I hate this battle
I advise
so
you to weigh your
much.
next words.
And the ability to have the first two sudden whirlwinds hit Kylo Ren unmasked makes this much easier.
Mando.
I hate this battle so much. Hey, Commando X, welcome, welcome.
Thought you might not make it.
Don't write me off. Watch me die.
Love you, Madness.
You've come to the right place for a burial.
You first.
The hunt's near.
For her team and for Hondo for Balin. Yeah, it's a hard one for me to justify. Obviously, I don't own it because I couldn't justify it to myself, Christopher. If you can, you can. It's technically the same value that you get for Starkiller, technically. Like, just looking at the Kyro text. But, like, it's not characters that are building into a whole bunch of different teams. It's going to help your roster a ton. You know, it's just very self-contained. I guess if you have Balin, there's a little bit more of a reason to get it because then you have a place for Hondo, but I don't know. Hey, Jonah, welcome, welcome. Heck yeah, Madness. Yeah, Alex RG, I honestly will probably try it a couple times on stream today just to try and get it done so I never have to do it again. Why don't you use Dre? Or why don't you use Hux with Dre? Because this team doesn't have a whole lot of turn meter. Hux is meant to shut down turn meter, and sure, he reduces cooldowns. But I'd rather just have a tank here for a bit and, you know, be able to have a pre-taunting tank that can keep people off of Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, off of Darkseid Rey, so that way they can make sure they get their abilities out, they aren't getting armor shredded, that type of stuff. And so this has worked for me better in this case. I do use Hux as my third in other lineups, like against Jabba and that type of thing. But even then, I don't like using Hux if I don't have to in 3v3 in general, because Hux with the First Order TIE Pilot Omicron is a solid team in 3v3. It's a great cleanup team. It's a great team to throw in and kill at least one person off a team to two-shot something. It's not like anything like S tier by any means, but it's a solid B tier, creeping towards A tier team that I really enjoy. So if I can afford it, I like to have Hux be on his own team, and I've had more success with this lineup in 3v3. So.
If I told you that the Republic was now under control of the Dark Lord of the Sith, hundreds of senators are now under the influence of a Sith Lord called the Dark City.
Regional governors now have strict control over their territory.
Interesting. They have a really slow Rey.
We'll keep the local systems in line. Clear of this battle station.
Any attack made by the rebels against this station would be a useless gesture. This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Don't try to frighten us with your
Hey, Eskimo. Welcome, welcome, my friend.
I find your lack of faith.
Let's go ahead and get that, whatchamacallit, ultimate charge as much as possible. Because we might lose Darkseid Rey here very quickly. Let's get a stun on Ben. Ooh, get her under stealth. Go ahead and just try and kill him off. Perfect. Yep, we can take a sudden whirlwind. We're good. And that should be death. I'm pretty sure they fixed it. I'm not seeing any problems with the banners currently.
The end of a regime that acquiesces to disorder. At this very moment, in a system far from here, the new republic lies to the galaxy, while secretly supporting the treachery of the loathsome resistance.
I get my Darkseid Rey next conquest. I need to counter to this team so bad. Yeah, dude, Darkseid Rey makes it so you can counter every single team in the game, essentially. SLKR has become, like, the best GL for defense or offense. Nice. That's like a 50% win rate if it has Hezra, dude. The last day. Honestly, I think we can just kill him with our current stacks.
Did you come back to say you forgive me?
Maybe not. We're gonna wait on it because we kind of got screwed there and they took a turn. Yeah, we're still stuck with a daze. There we go. And that should be it. Oh my gosh, the frickin'... Just kill him. Just kill him. Frickin' unresistible dazes. Who's your... In terms of the character itself in canon, or like the enjoyment of the character in game? Like, how are we talking here? It's going pretty well, ADP. Our opponent doesn't have a lot of defenses. Like, the defenses are pretty minimal today. Yes, there is a fairly large jump in overall damage from Relic 3 to 5, Bogley. In canon... I have to go through, like, all the ones that have come out. Probably Bane. The Bane trilogy is one of my favorite book series I've ever read. There's a lot of Star Wars books out there. There's a lot, and I've read a good deal of them. And the Darth Bane trilogy not only is a good story and, like, really well written, but also is the only Star Wars book where, like, the lightsaber combat was absolutely fascinating to me with the description of it. Like, it was the only one that felt truly, like, really well described, where I could picture it and, like, enjoy it a ton. I loved how they described lightsaber fighting in that book. Which team would you like to have a lifter come out? I would like a Starkiller lifter, and I would like Rom Koda as the Jedi slot on the Starkiller team. That is what I want. Because Starkiller's starting to fall off a bit, and with Hezra being in the game, Rays are becoming really, really annoying with it. And so I would like a light side character that goes on that team that actually does something in the team. Because right now, no one actually helps the Starkiller team in the light side slots. It's just whoever you happen to have, essentially. So. Heck yeah, Con Warlock. Gas is another one that I think deserves a lifter.
And after several nights of 75 years of total pleasure each, you would say, wow, that was pretty great.
What do we want to throw against Geonosians today? We have so many teams still. Like, so many teams. Vader solo. I don't really trust Vader solos. I trust it on my free-to-play account typically, but on my main account, I don't like doing them. Just because they're so finicky. Like, obviously I'm going to be faster than the team and I'm going to go in there and everything. But it's 100% just relying on the fact that I'll overcome their damage over wall. Wampa, I believe Newt Gunray can be Wampa'd. I believe this team can be Wampa'd. This team should be able to be Wampa'd as well. This team, I think you struggle with Wampa. Yeah, we'll do Wampa here. We want a Wonga.
That would be within the infinite multiplicity of choices you would have. Playing that you weren't God.
Hello there.
I don't know how to say your name, but welcome to the damn community, my friend. Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Master Yoda, and Mace Windu. I don't know. It's not like a super powerful team. Kind of anything over a certain threshold beats it. Like, technically Imperial Troopers can beat that, but you have to be a little careful. Yeah, DR would easily do it. Yeah, if you ever want a good Star Wars book from Legends, go read the Darth Bane trilogy, or at least just read the first one. You don't even have to read the whole trilogy. The first one's fairly self-contained, so you could just read the first one, and it's written by the same guy who wrote the story to Knights of the Old Republic. So, hey T-Dog, welcome, my friend. I mean, this is a character that's not even in Star Wars. It's not a matter of like whether or not I'd be okay with it. It's mostly a matter of like, would it actually sell? Devin, that's kind of the question. So. First person to put which Wonga they want in chat is the Wonga we play. No, Drogon is a character that CG themselves made up. Three it is. Shorty is also an original character. Oh gosh, I haven't fixed this one. Hold on. Shorty and Geonosian Brood Alpha are both characters they made up. If we can get one more turn. There we go. Heck yes. There's a chance we're getting 59 banners here. A very strong chance that we're getting 59 banners here because of the turn meter. There it is. Yes, Shorty is a made-up character by CG. Geonosian Brood Alpha was the first one. I mean, isn't GBA technically not canon? I mean, we've never seen a Brood Alpha in Star Wars lore. We've seen the Brood Mothers, but we've never seen a Brood Alpha. It's never been something really in canon in anything. Love our good old friend over at Disney named, you know, Rhett Khan.
Does not make you intelligent.
No, I don't think he likes you at all.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about, Shackdag. Drogon is a made-up character. They'll be adding Light Side Vader next from the Lego game. Is it a game? I thought it was a show. We still have our Malicos to use somewhere, dude. I'm assuming Malicos can beat this easy. Exactly, Madness. I mean, don't read Revan unless you've finished KOTOR 1 and 2. Revan is a direct follow-up to KOTOR 1 and 2 and is meant to bridge the gap to start with the Old Republic. So don't read Revan unless you're planning on playing KOTOR 1 and 2 and then reading Revan. As for Deceived you can kind of read whenever. I would suggest going and watching the Star Wars The Old Republic trailer called Deceived and then going to read that book. But you only need to watch the trailer. You don't need to actually play Star Wars The Old Republic to read the book at all. It just picks up right after that trailer, if I recall. It's been a long time since I've read that book, but both books are solid. I really enjoy them. In fact, I believe Revan is also written by the guy who wrote KOTOR. Brew Carpetian, I believe his name is. It is a little rough because he does have to write within the lines and kind of keep it to a certain thing, so he didn't have as much creative freedom, but I did enjoy the book a lot. Technically it doesn't need the Omicrons. You can drop them if you want. They are nice. I think it's the unique one that increases max health and all their stat, Commander Lex, on the on Luthen, but it's like it's 1 Zeta or 2 Zetas on Mon Mothma, 1 Zeta on Pow, and then 1 Zeta on Luthen, and then I put 2 Omicrons on Luthen, and I've never put on the 3rd, and it works just fine. I think I did the stacking offense, and then the bonus stats are the 2 Omicrons that I put on. When should I farm Paw Patrol shards wise? If you have Jabba in your roster and a couple GLs and like a GL ship, I'd say it's safe to do it whenever you have time. But yeah, I kind of wait until that point. Yeah, I know, Alex Sargi. I'm used to just hitting battle and then hitting the song, but I keep having to fix them because only like half these songs are fixed. No Zeta on Cal. Here's the thing, guys. Hold on. We'll go out of here so we can show you what the Zetas are. If an opponent takes the first turn in an encounter, Cal gains 15 stacks of persistence. Typically, you are using this on Rey, or that's what I was using it on. So if I'm using this on Rey is a GL. What's the typical counter for Rey? Dar Killer. And so this basically is never true because, Mara Jade is not going to be faster than Rey. And so this doesn't actually help that much on a Rey comp. And so I haven't been using him on anything besides the Rey comp in forever. Same with this. If enemies are already had speed down, they're stunned for 1 turn. Not really that important because you don't really get speed down, and Cal doesn't really get a lot of turns in the Rey lineup. He's just there to passively give, increased beefiness to the team, essentially. So, as well as a buff dispel that can, cause some problems. But yeah, not overly important to what I've been using him for. Okay, so here's the problem with Ascendancy. If you've read the original trilogy that he did or the new trilogy that he did inside the Empire, both of those are fantastic. Ascendancy, he has a whole lot more control over the whole universe. I'm talking about Timothy Zahn. The author has a lot of control over the universe, and so he writes it a lot more like a classic sci-fi novel because he is classically a sci-fi author before he was a Star Wars author. In fact, he has quite a few sci-fi series that are not Star Wars. And so it's a little harder to follow because you're not working with a universe, so it's much harder to get into. I I started enjoying it by the second book. I did. But I also read a lot of sci-fi and a lot of fantasy and, you know, not just Star Wars books. So it's a little bit rougher overall. I really enjoyed the series, and especially the third book. I really enjoyed it, and it gave a big look into Thrawn's perspective and the reason he does the things that he does, and I really enjoyed that. But that's also colored by the fact that I really like Thrawn, and Thrawn's always been one of my top characters from Star Wars. So, you know, if you're not enjoying it, you can give it a break and go find another series that you'll enjoy more in Star Wars for a while and then come back to it. Like, you go to read Dark Disciple, one of the best Star Wars books in new canon that I've read. If you want a really funky one, I actually do suggest the Phasma origin story. It reads like almost like Mad Max / Dune meets Star Wars. It's like post-apocalyptic almost. It's really interesting and a little disturbing. Much darker than I thought it would be. So, the persistent stack, yeah, like, I'm not saying that I'm going to drop those. I'm not going to drop those Zetas. I'm not saying they're worthless Zetas. I'm just saying I just have been using it on a Rey team until recently. And so I just haven't had the reason to drop those Zetas on him. So they will be coming up next. Like right now, I've got one more Zeta to put on Malicos, and then I'll start working on the Zetas on Cal. So. Hey, wants to Wonga. Do you read Rebecca Yarros? I'm not familiar with Rebecca Yarros. I'm currently kind of working through some of Orson Scott Card's books. The guy who wrote Ender's Game. I found a book. I do audiobooks.com to get audiobooks to listen to while I'm at work. And they give you one audiobook for like your amount that you pay each month, and they give you a VIP audiobook, which is just like a list of audiobooks that they choose, and you can get one of them for free essentially. And one of the ones was a newer book by Orson Scott Card, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I haven't read any of his books in a long time. And I read it and I enjoyed it. And so then I decided to go back and finish a series that I started reading in high school, but the last book hadn't come out when I was in high school. And so I'm going through that series and reading it. I'm just wondering if it's worth my time reading, I guess. I really enjoyed it, and I thought that the end of the third book made me really want to see Ahsoka, and really made me want to see what they do with the character moving forward. I enjoyed it. So, yes, I would say it's worth your time reading Professional Canadian. Rise of the Red Blade. I actually just read Rise of the Red Blade probably about 5 months ago. And I actually enjoyed Rise of the Red Blade. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting one. Did not expect, because it's about an Inquisitor, did not expect the book to start out with her as an apprentice in the Jedi Order during the Battle of Geonosis. That was wild to see, like, the trauma the Jedi went through in the Battle of Geonosis, especially as apprentices. That was a really fascinating point of view, and I really enjoyed that start to that book. Overall, really solid book. Really enjoyed it. Whose lead is used in the mission to unlock Zepho? That is Seer Junda. No, you do not need her Zeta. I don't do it with her Zeta. Nor you need the Omicrons on Cal. But they do make it easier. Zeta wise, I'd put every Zeta on Cal. So, Oopstead, if you liked Ender's Game, I highly suggest the Ender's Shadow series. It was made like probably 15 years later when it was started being written, so it's a little easier to read than Ender's Game. But it's from Bean's point of view. And so the first book is Ender's Shadow, and it's from Bean's point of view during the events of Ender's Game. And then every book afterwards, so Ender leaves, Bean goes back to Earth. And so his perspective is basically going through the political turmoil and the conflict after the war with the Formics, and basically, you know, all the old alliances and old grudges coming back up between all the different countries. So I really enjoyed the Ender's Shadow series. If you haven't read it, I highly suggest it. I did Wampa versus Newt Gunray. Yeah, so you do see a second sister lead. This is a wild defense. Yeah, we have so much, dude, still sitting in our roster. Like it's bad. Leia, Princess of Alderaan. I haven't read that one. I've read Bloodlines. If you haven't read Bloodlines, I've actually been really enjoying Claudia Gray. She's been writing a lot of the Star Wars books. Like she wrote Master and Apprentice, the Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan book that were like, I think it's like 10 years before Episode 1. That one was really good. Bloodlines was really good, which is about Leia shortly after Episode 6, and kind of like the lead. It's not shortly. It's a good like 10-15 years, but it's like the lead up to the First Order kind of coming about and why there's the Galactic Republic and then the Resistance, why there's two different factions during Episode 7. That kind of stuff. I really did enjoy that one. That one was solid. But Claudia Gray in general is a great author. Hey, Dank Ideals, welcome, my friend. But yeah, I'll have to look up Leia, Princess of Alderaan. I haven't heard of that one. Speaker for the Dead. Yeah, I couldn't get into the books in the rest of the Ender's Game series, but the Ender's Shadow series was really good. I tried giving Speaker for the Dead a shot, but you also keep in mind I was in middle school when I read Ender's Game. I think I was in 6th grade when I read Ender's Game because my brother was in high school and he read it for a class and said, hey, this book is really good. And I said, okay, cool. And I read all of Ender's Game. And yeah, like Ender in Exile and Speaker for the Dead are written very old school sci-fi, very hard to read. Even Ender's Game is a little bit on that harder side of like old school sci-fi. What does the turn order need to be with Punishing One, Executor versus Leviathan? Really been struggling last day. 0 out of 5 in Fleet 3 days in a row. I don't think it really needs to be anything specific. Because like it used to be, you know, before Punishing One came out, you needed a specific turn order because you were like, oh yeah, I need this ship to go first and then this ship because it allowed you to get like Slave 1 to clear off the taunt, and then you go after the other ship and do all that type of stuff. Currently, I don't think it's about that. I think it's more of having higher relic levels because you just need to be able to kill off the TIE Dorito quickly, and all 3 of the ships that you're using in the counter are all just calling assists on the TIE Dorito, and you're trying to kill it as fast as possible. And so, honestly, I think it's just a matter of relic levels versus being actual turn order, because no matter what the order of turns that you have there, I think it's solid. I do think that the best turn order, I think, let's see if I can remember, is BAM first, and that's like basically it. After that, it doesn't really matter. But I think the way I do it is BAM, Dengar, Xanadu's Blood, I think is the order of operations. Ender's Game is a young adult novel. You are correct, but it is an old young adult novel, and it's very different from what's considered young adult nowadays. Like, for a middle schooler to read that is usually not considered normal back then when I was in high school by any means of the word, especially because nowadays no one reads. Like, I was seeing that as a child, going through high school and everything. Like, no one wanted to read at all. I was like the only one that wanted to read. And I think it's becoming more and more of a problem as time goes on. I just think reading is becoming less and less of an interesting pastime to most people. Timeline order is holding me back. See, I read them as they come out, essentially, and so I don't really pay attention to timeline order. I also, you know, most of the time, books aren't tied to each other. They'll have references now and again, but, like, James Luceno doesn't really do much Star Wars anymore, and James Luceno was the one where you had to read everything. Like, you'd go read, you know, Darth Plagueis, and if you want to know fully what's going on, you'd have to read, you know, like the Darth Maul Shadowhunter book and like the Darth Bane trilogy. Like there's a whole bunch of references because James Luceno does his homework and likes to connect everything. And so like, you know, there's a lot less of those authors in general nowadays. Yeah, not getting contract before first reinforcement is rough. I think it gets fixed if you call in the Dengar's ship more to assist, but the problem is if you do that, then you don't have enough damage to get through it. Right now, the counter isn't good. I want to say it's a 60% win rate counter in general. Do you need the Marin Zeta to do CT2 3-star? I would say you probably need the Revive Zeta, otherwise you won't be able to do it. Would you consider yourself a fast reader? I like to think so. I'm less of a fast reader though, and more of a dedicated reader. Like I will stay up till like 3 in the morning and read a book. Like I get lost in books and hyperfixate on them pretty hard. I also just nowadays, because of my job, I end up listening to audiobooks constantly. You're making me feel really old right now. I mean, there's only like a 10-year gap between us, ADP. Maybe 15 years tops. The Jurassic Park books. I wasn't even aware there were Jurassic Park books. I'm gonna be honest. I'm guessing the book, like the movies, are based off of the books. Oh, I do actually remember finding out like last week that there were books. Yeah, it was like last week I saw a TikTok and it was just talking about the differences between the two. And I skipped over because I was like, I'll probably read those books at some point. We're being visited by Jedi Master Staal Harder. Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, so here's the thing, is my job is so mindless that, like, if I just listen to music, it's not enough to keep my mind, like, on task. I lose my mind if I listen to music while I'm at work. I have to listen to audiobooks because it's literally just, in the words of Patrick, we take it and we push it over there. Like, that's all my job is just moving soda from point A to point B. And so I have to listen to audiobooks, otherwise I go crazy. There's a reason that I've listened to every single Brandon Sanderson book like 6 times. And that's just because it was like the only books I had access to for a while because I couldn't afford to buy any more audiobooks. And so I just kept rereading them because they're the only ones that I had. Heinlein, the moon is a harsh mistress. Interesting. Nice, Juno. I've got a whole bunch of Star Wars books underneath my bed. I need to pull them out and put them on the bookshelf in the living room, but I just haven't had time. Okay. We have this Malicos. Where were we planning on using it? We're planning on using it here. Would there be anything that would say that this wouldn't work? Is mayonnaise an instrument? The one that I constantly quote is, the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Heck yeah, Juno. Dude, the Republic Commando books. Oh, I wish they weren't decanonized. Karen Travis is one of my favorite authors. I loved Karen Travis's book. She's also written some really good Halo books since she left Star Wars after they decanonized her novels. Let's see. Rex. And I am using Deer. 96% win rate. Okay. Sweet.
We both survived the purge. My troops betrayed me. I was forced to strike them down. And I escaped. This desolate place.
All the rocks! Oh my gosh, that's so much damage. Oh, I love this team, dude. This is insane. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've definitely been missing out on this team, dude. I've definitely been missing out on this team. Ah, I loved that. That was great. What are we gonna use here?
Totally useless.
I'm guessing Bo works here, right? Yeah, Bo's not a turn meter train team. Like, they have attacks at turn, but they have, like, no turn meter.
Totally useless.
Jawas versus Tuscans? I'm close to being a 2% enjoyer, just Relic 3 Paths and Gear 13 Grogu left. Heck yeah. Cat Ben Malicos at Darth Roden team was able to kill Mission Bow and Gak.
Jedi order. It's over. Jedi order.
I'm so confused. Cat Ben Malicos. Were they all level 1? And you were just throwing them in to make Mission sacrifice herself? If there were a 7v7 format, what non-GL team do you think would be the greatest menace? Omi Qui-Gon sounds like a good contender. I don't know, a lot of the teams kind of break up their synergies with more than 5. Honestly, I think Jedi would be quite crazy. Like, imagine having a team with Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke, Cal Kestis, Hermit Yoda, Barriss Offee, and then like Mace Windu. Like, just having basically all of the people that reduce like max health and that type of stuff. Like, you could do some really gross stuff with Jedi, I feel like. Starkiller would break under the UFUs, unfortunately. Imperial Troopers would cause like an infinite turn meter train, essentially, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna assume this works. I'm not even gonna look at the win rate.
I need your help. They took the child.
We will help you. Mandalorians have been in exile from our homeworld for far too long. I will kill them all and retake what is rightfully mine. With the dark saber restored to me, Mandalore will finally be within reach. the way. I am Bo-Katan.
This is the way.
I am Bo-Katan.
This is the way.
Benzarin, you are redeemed. This is the way.
This is the way.
And Bo-Katan Kryze, by Kree, you too are redeemed.
I didn't really think this through because now we're down to these guys. I was just thinking, oh yeah, we can get through them. But now we're down to these guys, and it's going to become much harder. Because now we got to line up AoE from Pat. Never mind. What am I talking about? I don't need to line up an AoE. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I mean, I guess you could add in like break up Sith Empire and add in like a Malik and like a Darth Revan to Traya, but I don't know how much it would actually add. How do I even navigate the counters and win rates on Swago? I only look it up on my phone. Okay, they're using Piet, and they are using a Dark Trooper. Okay, now here's all your options. Well, I want to know, you know, what teams that I have. Okay, well, I have a Ghast. Maybe a Ghast will help me. That's not on the right side. Hold on. I gotta figure out how you do this again. There we go. Attacking lead. Attacking lead. Ghast. And then you're like, oh, sick. Add Ghast. Now it'll show you all of the battles with Ghast specifically. And so it's just that, honestly. Then you can get rid of all of these and, you know, call it good. But yeah, you just look up who you're fighting, and then you can switch to attacking lead, and yeah. That's all it is. Sounds good, Alex. You have a great night. Speaking of Traya, we could throw Traya against this to guarantee like a full banner win. Sure, I think that would be too. Are you trying for the fusion event and raid? Yeah, I'm pushing for it. I mean, either one of these is gonna work, and I trust Treya a bit more for full banners. You don't think Treya... I don't think against any of the southern teams can Savage really solo anyone, so... Might be able to do it for, like, the... What is their names? The Inquisitors, perhaps? You know... I said it, and then I thought about it, and then I was like, yeah, I think this will work. No think, just do. First person in chat, say it, get Savage's wife. If you're gonna, you know, start a new raid account, consider using my download link on my other channel. You should be able to find it in the damn supporter strat chat if you need it. If you're gonna start new, though, I do suggest doing it through PC. There's also a really good legendary that you get right now for the anniversary of the game. The promo code is Supreme Sticks, I believe. No, it's just for this month, and it's a new player promo, so you can either get Sun Wukong or you can do this one. And I think this one's technically better than Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong requires a lot of books to be able to be really good. It's Supreme Galactic. Yes, you also have to start by, I want to say the 22nd of this month to get Alice as well. Hey, burrito.
To continue, we need one singular vision.
Brother, let us share our strength. No need for dominance between us.
Sounds good. Yeah, just start it with, like, you click on the promo code once you have the Plarium thing, and then it should take you over to the Plarium app, and then you just start a new Plarium account. So just make sure you're signed out on your Plarium account when you go to do it. Yes, if you're starting a new account, that's what you should do. I'm saying if you want to start a new account and follow my link and all that type of stuff, that's what you should do. But yeah, because like you have to sign out for the reason being of like you have to follow the link. I can double check how you need to do it in just a sec, but literally if you just open up the thing and don't get a epic champion, then you know it didn't work. But yeah, you get to keep your current account 100%. Like I have 2 Plarium accounts right now, one under 2 different emails, just because I was testing something. You can have as many Plarium accounts as you want. I don't know what I want to use against these. How fast is their Phasma? 236. Okay. It is the best time to start over. JML solo? Can JML solo do this? I don't know if I trust a JML solo. What? What are you talking about, Quinlan? JKCK is meant to work with Jedi, Bobo, so best to do it with a JML or give him its own team, or with a Jedi Knight Revan or Jedi Knight Luke. I already used Wampa today. I wonder if a solo Malik can do this. Yes, Baby Cal goes with Junda. Yeah, let's check if Malik can do this. Because if Malik can do this, that would be nice. Who are we facing? We were facing Phasma. Phasma with you and you. 100% win rate. Sick. We're gonna do that. And we'll give him a Revive Prawn. Full R7 CLS Han Chewie. That sounds like a Savage solo if you have a Relic 5 Savage. And then you just hit auto and you make sure that they focus on killing CLS first. You could have them focus on killing Chewie first, but I don't trust it in 3v3. That's just not enough turn meter there, so I highly suggest going for the CLS first. Okay, their Omicron is now turned off. I should probably put on a song of some type. What song should we put on for this guy? I'm feeling this one.
I love you. Almost got us killed. Are you brainless? I spent. A limit this big does not make you intelligent. Now get out. No, no, this is dead. He's a conscience.
That is the sound of 1,000 terrible things heading this way.
You look tired, man. I am a little tired.
Your gods demand that his life belongs to me.
Can Treya deal with Adrad without Savage? That's an excellent question. Yeah. Yeah, she can. JML solo this. Epsilon, I trust you. Wholeheartedly, I trust you.
We shall make you bombard general.
I trust Epsilon, guys. I trust Epsilon. Epsilon has never steered me wrong before. Have I ever trusted him on anything? I don't know. But I don't think he's ever led me astray. Is this unavoidable?
I'm ending all of this. The tree, the text,
Nope.
the Jedi. I'm gonna burn it down.
Resistance is dead. The war is over. And when I kill you, I will have killed the last Jedi.
Every word that you just said was wrong.
Oh yeah, the Omicron turns off when there's a GL present. I was like sitting here, I'm like, something here's not right. Why is my brain not working? Turns off when there's a GL here. I should have gone for Anakin first.
The last Jedi.
Master Skywalker.
Jedi's weapon deserves more respect.
Every gun we have. Fire on that.
I've been having terrible luck with this counter and I want it to work. So we're gonna try it.
Go away. I'm gonna burn it down.
The sacred Jedi act.
I will not be the last Jedi. I'm gonna burn it down. I will not be the last Jedi. Lesson 1. Close your eyes. Lesson 1. Breathe. Lesson 1. Close your eyes. That's not how the Force works.
Are you kidding me?
Lesson 1. Reach out. Lesson 1. Close your eyes. That's not
Are you kidding me?
Go away. The resistance is dead. The war is over. And when I kill you, I will have killed the last Jedi.
Future.
every word that you just said.
Future.
Close your eyes. Lesson 1.
Oh.
Lesson 1. Close your eyes. That's
Oh.
Lesson 1. Close your eyes. Lesson 1.
Oh.
I will not be the last Jedi. See you around, kid.
I didn't even bring in the Old Republic ship because I assumed we weren't going to win this anyways, and I should have brought it in. I'd at least be able to get another hit in on it. Okay. He's going to go under stealth. That'll give us a taunt. And, yeah, I should have hit his special. Put him under stealth. And there's full health. The Executrix counter. I've actually never tried the Executrix counter. I'm willing to try it today, though. Okay, let's look up the Executrix counter. Okay. Versus Executor.
Foresight, I was able to dodge enough that target you win. Alright, so with all that out of the way, it's finally time to talk about stuff. By the way, let's get to the fun stuff, which is the unwailing on punishing ones. The best I could find was a 6-star punishing one bite, and just a couple of guys having executor, trying executor out. Would it make in the comments? It's kind of starting an area, and that's why it probably survives more than it should, really.
Okay, so we got Vader's ship, TIE fighter, and we have the wonderful scythe.
But what you want to start off by getting the Foresight.
Yep, Foresight.
And then you get ability block over on Razor Crest. Then they do the mass assist, hopefully knock out down your TIE fighter, so you can now reinforce with your TIE defender, get a stun over on punishing one, so it can't do its, you know, buff dispel or whatever. Okay, so battle number 2, so that's versus 5-star punishing one. So here, Imperial punishing one, and similar starting sequence where Imperial TIE can kind of...
Okay, and this TIE fighter wins.
Get the force set up. Then with TIE advance we get ability block over on Railing Green in good health, for the better or worse. In this case we want to land tenacity down over on punishing one, so we can then you know, have pretty much guaranteed critical hit over on punishing one, which means landing fear, then punishing one misses the turn because of fear, and we can just keep hitting it. And here really it's kind of race against time. We need to take down punishing one before they get the reinforcement out, because either Slave One or Houndstooth, they will have a taunt up, so you won't be able to get to punishing one. They will heal it up. So you know, that's really the main thing here. At this point, we can now turn our attention over to Xanadu Blood, see if we can finish it off as well before they reinforce. There we go, we got it done as well. Down, they did reinforce here, Houndstooth, but
yeah, I saw the video just pop up. DC Hero Collector, it looks like. Okay. There's the meat and potatoes. Let me just confirm.
You know, are also the damage dealers and everything. Alright, what they've got for us. Okay, they just cleaned up. Waiting until we can take down, heal up TIE advanced, use the special. Yeah, my TIE fighter, so I can reinforce. No, unfortunately not. No sense, I think, of unleashing the ultimate at this point. Instead, just give me more offense, more turn meter. We can now go ahead, dispel the buffs. Look at the amount of formation we have now. Hopefully we can land a big hit. Come on, somebody, land a big hit. Give me buff immunity. Nope. But I think that should, there we go. Battle is pretty much over. What's left, and I think IG probably in the reinforcement. So let's just go.
Okay. Empire, just in case, we'll bring with us this ship. I think I understand how this is supposed to work. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, should be. Go ahead and go into Raid Shadow Legends and complete the tutorial, and if after the tutorial you get either Rector Drath or Zargala, then you succeeded. Yes, that is still existent, Shackdag. I don't know if they'll ever fix that. I know this isn't Thrawn, but we're gonna play Thrawn's song. Okay, so we're focusing down punishing one. Okay, just basic. Solid. Which means we can pull out this. Get the stun to prevent his turn. I'm gonna guess we hit this and just kind of keep going and try and get through punishing one as fast as we can.
There is no escape, escape. There is no escape, escape. There is no escape.
Feels like a waste, but you know, whatever. Put that on yourself. You need to keep yourself alive. Remove turn meter. Yeah, just basic. Okay, removed the bulwark. Sure, just basic. Basic. Okay, we're gonna pull this out and see if we can't get a buff immunity. No such luck on the buff immunity. Let's go ahead and hit this. Yeah, I didn't want the kill anyways. Already gone. Love it. Okay, let's try and work through you real quick. Okay. This is clean-upable regardless.
There's no escape. There's no escape. Open fire.
Nice fear. Nice fear.
Open fire.
Getting some solid hit. Let's go ahead and bring this out.
I should demonstrate my power.
Oh. I didn't realize that it would do that. Oh, that's my bad. Hit that. Okay, that's some enough formation that we should be able to kill this guy off really easily. There we go. Okay. Solid. Keep you alive. Okay, solid. Solo character, so we're gonna stun it. Heh. Nice try, you jerk. Yeah. There you go, guys. Honestly, that's a solid counter. I'll probably use that from now on. The male violence. We got male violence of our own to take out. TDC. Okay. Is it this is the counter for this, right? Use Umbaran Starfighter. I mean, we don't need Umbaran Starfighter. We have a fully relic Marauder at this point. I think this works. Is that the only drop battle of GAC? No, we dropped one on Jabba, two-shotting it with Night Sisters. I don't know how this works. I honestly don't know how this works. I've never used Marauder against this. I assume it just works, but I don't know. Should we watch a video or should we just jump in blindfolded? Does Aiden's ship not reduce the reinforcement cooldown for Chimera? Because it never works when I use her in Chimera. For that to work, it's not the TDC, it's the TIE Interceptor. The TIE Interceptor is the thing that needs to be there. If you go look at Vader's kit, it's actually part of Vader's kit. It's on Vader's unique ability, and it says as long as all allies and reinforcements are Sith, Inquisitorious, or Empire, and the TIE Interceptor is a reinforcement. Just go to bed, Shackdag. You can watch it tomorrow. And we got a couple of votes for just send it. Okay, I'm trusting you guys. Usually we full send on Sun Fac, right? I think that's what you're supposed to do, is you're supposed to full send on Sun Fac. Well, let's go ahead and save the AoE. Let's put you under stealth. Yes, I did just answer your question. Were you not listening? We don't need cleanup. We're gonna just basic. Go read Vader's unique ability. Vader's ship's unique ability. Heck yeah. Nice, Burrito Express. Love to hear it. It's Kale. Kale's the best starting character in Raid Shadow Legends. Do you not watch my channel, Oopstead? Like, literally, my whole channel is geared around new player stuff. So if you want to go watch those, they'll help you out. But yeah, Kale, not only is his damage really high, but he also has poison built into his kit. And poison is really, really helpful in all parts of the game, but especially in Clan Boss, which is one of the first things you want to build towards after you get your campaign farmer. So yeah, definitely Kale. We have an executor still. That's right. We have the executor on offense. Oh gosh. Yeah, just I guess just bring out that and call it a day. I don't know, Madness. Just kill it. The TIE Interceptor works with a Gear 2 second sister, Shakdag. The only point of having that ship, like, yeah, it's solid, sure. Like, it does stuff, but the reason that you have the ship is just to be in the reinforcement. Yes, Sovereign Winter, I would say we are winning. Ended with 2020. Kale is rabbit food. It depends. Some people think it's human food, and to each his own. If you think it's human food, that's on you. Most commonly, I see it just be used as a, way to turn your healthy shakes green. Kale's also the main character in a certain sci-fi animated movie that was really, really good, and I loved it as a kid, but I don't know if anyone's ever actually watched it, called Titan AE. It's a fantastic movie. It's along those same area as, like, Treasure Planet and Atlantis, where it's like in that era of like really good animated movies, but animation was starting to fall off for whatever reason, and so like they became less and less popular and they stopped being made. I think it was Matt Damon that voiced him, yeah. If it's not Matt Damon that voiced him, he just sure does look like a blonde Matt Damon. What was the love interest name? Akima? Some wild names in that game. Or that movie. Used to... we only had like 5 or 6 VHSs in my room because we had a little TV in my room growing up. And we were all schnazzy. We had the VHS rewinder, so you didn't have to use the TV, so you could watch something while yours was rewinding. But we had like 6 VHSs in my room, and it was the ones that I can remember for sure are Titan AE, The Sandlot, Batman Beyond. It was like a 5-episode or 6-episode cassette where it just had like 5 or 6 episodes that were primarily like, it was like a 2-episode arc. So it'd be like, oh yeah, this episode about this bad guy, and then like in the next season, this episode about this bad guy. It wasn't like cohesive, like this episode and this episode and this episode. Those are the only 3 I can remember offhand. I don't remember the rest of them, but those were the 3 that we watched the most. That's interesting, Fogley. I didn't. Did you know that broccoli can have spiders in them? And I am terrified to buy fresh broccoli now. Those spiders are scary. Got Zargala. Nice. You're going to have to tell me how Zargala is. I haven't actually looked her up. I need to go test her out. Hey, Justin DeMeo. Good to see you, my friend. Dropped 2 battles and give it up. His Gak history has been very, very lucky. So I think I was like a kick in the teeth to a move. Did you ever watch Princess Mononoke? I actually watched that recently. It was probably about a year ago that I watched Princess Mononoke for the first time. My favorite, so I didn't start watching anime in general until about 2019 area. Maybe 2018. I think it was 2019. Yeah, it would have been 2019. And so I'd never watched a Studio Ghibli movie. I remember when Ponyo came out. I'm pretty sure it was around the same time Madagascar came out, if I recall. Of course, I was a child then, so a little fuzzy on the details. But I remember when Ponyo came out. I'd never watched a Studio Ghibli movie, and then I've watched, I want to say, over half of them now, and my favorite is Howl's Moving Castle, but that's just because I'm a sucker for a love story. I like the symbolism and everything. The book was really interesting. I actually read the Howl's Moving Castle book. Very, very different. Very classic fantasy. Like very much like uses things that are, you know, magic items that are common to a lot of fantasy worlds. Very interesting to read, but very, very different than the movie. I do prefer the movie personally. But yeah, I watched Princess Mononoke. I slept through Castle in the Sky. I need to go back and rewatch it. I watched the one about planes. I can't remember the name of that one. It's something about the wind. I went and saw the new one in theaters, The Boy and the Heron. But yeah, all the Studio Ghibli movies are awesome. Yeah, I don't eat bananas very often, Fogley. I'll avoid those. Oh, one of the other VHSs we had on that shelf was the old Spider-Man animated series. The one that had like the really techno theme, the spider blood, radioactive spider blood, Spider-Man. You guys know that one? Anyone? No? Yes? Where he never actually like throws a punch, he just kind of jumps around and webs people. It was really upsetting when someone pointed that out to me as an adult, and I went back and watched it, and I was like, would you look at that? He actually doesn't fight like anyone in this show. And they have lasers instead of bullets, because lasers were less violent. It's not the oldest Spider-Man series. I remember watching as a kid on Boomerang, watching Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which is what my mom watched growing up, and so that was entertaining to watch that as a kid. It's so cheesy. It was so cheesy. Had like knockoff. I can't even remember the Ice X-Men's name. All I know is I hate Spider-Man writers. They always doing him dirty for absolutely no reason. Yes, Boomerang from Cartoon Network. It's the only play after Cartoon Network moved on to other shows. That was the only place that you could watch the Teen Titans show. That was back when they had Flash games for stuff that would come out on Cartoon Network. It's like there's a Flash game for it was like a kind of Street Fighter-esque Flash game for Star Wars Clone Wars, the 2D Clone Wars. And so you could like fight as Asajj Ventress or Anakin. There was another one for the same show where you could play as Kit Fisto through a water level. Yeah, all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, it's all coming back to me. Firestar was hot. I think I was too young to say yes or no to that one. So the VHS of all the Star Wars movies except for episode 3 and the sequels. Heck yeah. Did they actually make an episode 3 VHS? I don't think I've ever seen a VHS copy of Star Wars episode 3. I know I've seen whoa, that was weird. Everything got like darker. I know I've seen a VHS copy of Star Wars episode 1, and then I own 4, 5, and 6, but I don't think I've ever seen 2 or 3. Teen Titans, Samurai Jack. Never actually watched Samurai Jack. Oh, what was the later on ones? Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Codename Kids Next Door. Dude, Cartoon Network was like everywhere. Anyone watch Invader Zim? That was a wild one. That shaped a lot of my humor growing up. Like if you've ever watched Invader Zim, you basically know what my humor was growing up. Dude, I remember the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy like movie was so good. I loved that movie. Yes, the voice actor for Sim does voice Moxie in Hello Boss. You are correct. Yeah, I just actually watched, because I've heard, you know, good things about Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss for quite a few, quite a bit of time. I don't know if I'd say years, but it's been quite a bit that I've heard about it. I just never got around to it, and then this last week I watched through all of both shows while I was working on channel stuff. Never played Skylanders. Skylanders was a bit after my time. I would agree with that, Oopstead. In fact, I actually don't really like the voice actors too much for Hell of a Boss either. I don't know. I feel like it's not just the fan base. I feel like the voice actors kind of encourage the fan base for the same thing. I think the Has Been Hotel voice actors and their fandom is a little bit more tame from what I've seen. But either way, I mean, Hell of a Boss, the first season felt really like they didn't know where they were going. Second season, solid. Not really my thing to the highest extent, but I enjoyed it. Has Been Hotel, I enjoyed. You know, I like the music to it and everything. Have you seen the Skylanders Netflix show? Oh no, not at all. I remember seeing a trailer for Skylanders, and it had him playing some character from it, and I immediately was like, that's the voice actor for Invader Zim. I recognize that. But I've never watched or played. I played Spyro as a kid. Spyro was the bomb as a kid. I grew up with PS1 and PS2 as a kid. It's official, guys. Malicos is officially done. All we need to do is 6 his mods. It's not so much them saying or doing stuff that I don't agree with. It's their overall just general attitude, especially like during interviews. I've only seen a couple interviews, and I don't know, they go out of their way to, you know, act like their characters and that kind of thing in a lot of cases, and it kind of inflames the overall problematic tone that is encouraged in the fandom already. So regardless of what they tell people, they kind of inflame it themselves with their attitudes, just from what I've seen. I couldn't get through a single one of the interviews because I was like, you know, I like behind the scenes stuff. And so after finishing the shows, I was starting to watch like some of the behind the scenes stuff, and I was really enjoying the stuff from Has Been Hotel for behind the scenes. Then I got to the Hell of Law stuff, and just everything, like every convention they went to, it was just so annoying to watch, and they were all just kind of tools about everything, and I was just like, I just don't enjoy this, and I feel like it's just encouraging what I've seen in the fandom already. So there's a couple of them that are, you know, fine, but they're like super quiet during those interviews, and I'm like, I'd rather watch an interview with that person away from the group, because in the group they don't say anything because everyone else is just talking over them. Yeah, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and then my grandma had a Super Nintendo at her house that we'd play Donkey Kong Country on. That was about all of the Nintendo I did, was Donkey Kong Country, and I think it was like Super Mario Brothers 2 on there. And then I don't remember which Sega it was. We had some Sega, and we'd play Battletoads. That's the only game I remember from that, is Battletoads. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's the lack of Zetas and Omicrons has been killing me. Now that I'm like done with all of my major projects, now it's like Zeta-ing all of the projects that I've been leaving behind. Like I'm finally done with my Night Sisters. They're all Zetaed up. You know, we're still working on my Malicos team. I still need the Zetas and stuff on Cal and Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. And then they're done, and the next up is going to be the Trashatorius. So Battletoads is impossible. I don't think we've ever gotten farther than like the 3rd level. And that's like after trying for hours and hours and hours. I'm building for Malicos right now. What is he really good at fighting in Grand Arena? Basically everything. He's one of the top teams in GAC on offense. On defense, he can be countered fairly easily to some degree. It's like, it's not like the easiest thing to counter, but it can be countered. Like, it's not like a troublesome team. If you have the counter always works. But, you know, on offense, it beats basically every team, most of the GLs in the game. Like, it's a really solid character in general. Play the Wolfenstein reboot franchise. I've never actually played any of the Wolfenstein games. Hire Relic on him? Eventually, yes, but I just don't have the ability to put more relics on Malicos right now. I would like to get both a Relic 8 Starkiller and a Relic 8 Malicos down the road. But those are going to come after I finish with my Profundity, because I'm doing Leviathan and Profundity right now. And so I'm going to be completely out of like Relic 9s and Relic 8 materials. Like my Malik is at Relic 8, ready to go to Relic 9, but I'm completely out of Relic 7, 8 materials. and so it's been rough. And so I've been waiting on the raid payout that I just got to be able to, you know, push this up farther. So. The shock on Chrysanthemum is 10%. Why do I hit it almost every time? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm going to be honest. I've never read Chrysanthemum's kit top to bottom. That's not true. I read his kit when he first came out. I haven't looked at his kit since he came out. I just know he's a tank. It's because of this. If all allies were hot cartel at the start of the battle, Chrysanthemum is taunting, inflict evasion down, and shock on the target enemy for 2 turns. So if he's taunting and you have a hot cartel team, it's not at 10%. I mean, yeah, no matter what, there's going to be fandoms that are super toxic and problematic, and it's not necessarily the show's fault completely. Like the My Hero Academia fandom is just awful. And it's not necessarily because My Hero Academia has anything specifically bad in it. In fact, it's, you know, it's a solid enough show. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know why, but it just caused the fandom to go insane. Did you win in GAC? We got 2020, and I don't think our opponent's going to be able to one-tap all of our teams, especially with the new fix to Ezra, because they do not have Leia. And so they're going to be going up against a Rey in the back, or not Rey, an Ahsoka in the back with her Datacron and everything, so... I think they're gonna drop more battles than us for sure. And this Rey is anti-Star Killer, so they won't be able to take Star Killer against that Rey, even though it's not a Hezra lineup. It won't counter Malicos, but it'll counter Hezra or Star Killer. Do I have a guide for the Zepho mission yet? No, I'll make one this next time. What conquest characters should be relocated in what order? It's less about what conquest characters should be relocated in what order, and it's more about there's a couple characters that are worth the relocate, and the rest are luxury relegates that should go up at some point, but not anytime soon. Like, the perfect spot for a tank is Relic 9, the perfect spot for an attacker is Relic 8. That doesn't mean every tank goes up to Relic 9. That doesn't mean every attacker goes up to Relic 8. It just depends on what you can afford. So... And like the more people attack, the more you should bring it up to Relic 8. So like Malicos constantly attacks out of turn. Starkiller constantly attacks out of turn. So both of those are very high priority Relic 8s, but they're still not before, you know, you finished most of the things in the game. But yeah, definitely something that, you know, discussing what deserves a Relic 8 is probably not a bad video for sure. Never watched Sakamoto Days. I've never heard of that actually. Solo leveling's on my list, but I haven't gotten around to it. I'm rewatching Code Geass with my roommate because I haven't actually seen the whole thing. I've seen most of it, but I haven't watched like the second half of the second season, and so watching through Code Geass right now. Yeah, Oops said it. I mean, it's a solid anime. It takes a long time to get into, like, it's a long build. It takes a long time to build into what it's doing, and it kind of feels, I don't know, like really slow, and then it speeds up really quickly. That makes sense. So like, you know, first season to the beginning of the first season to the end of the second season, not a ton of jump in progression, like, you know, power wise between the characters, but then like season 2 to season 4 is a massive jump in power wise. And so like it's very like quick build as time goes on, but at the beginning it's very slow build, but they focus a lot on the characters, and I really enjoyed the character development in the show. So it was actually the first anime I ever watched. I watched the first 2 episodes of My Hero Academia, and then I remembered I had promised a friend that if I ever tried anime that I'd watch Sword Art Online, at least the first season, and so I went and watched the entirety of Sword Art Online. Malgus basic has no health cap. That'd be wild. I watched Rick and Morty the first time. I watched it once and I got through I don't remember how many seasons. I think it was 3 seasons at the time. It might have been 4. And I watched it and I was like, that was funny. I enjoyed that. And then I went back and tried to rewatch it at one point and I was like, this is not entertaining to me at all. So I don't know. It was worth a singular watch, but not really worth anything more than that. I also am not chronically online at all, so I don't really interact with fandoms typically. Star Wars is the only one that I really interact with, and that's mostly just you guys. I don't go and argue with people on the internet because I don't care. Like, people are like, who's stronger, Darth Revan or Jedi Knight Anakin, you know, before he turned to the dark side. And I'm like, I don't care. Completely 2 different power scales that don't make sense when you put them together, because the extended universe and the movies are just so vastly and wildly different. Even the jump between, like, High Republic books and the movies is just so vastly weirdly different that you really can't measure anything. So I don't see the point of arguing over this. Old ones are timeless, dude. There's so many good old cartoons, and like, they were so adult back then too, and you didn't realize it as a kid at all. It kind of went over your head. Like, I went back and started rewatching Batman Beyond and Teen Titans for a bit, and I'm like, dang, there's some really dark stuff in these shows. Like, I just remember loving the shows, but like, there's some really deep and dark stuff in these. They're so good. And then you go back too far and then they become really, really whimsical and just nonsensical. You know, you get that kind of like Tom and Jerry stuff and, you know, Looney Tunes. Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, object comedy is always great. But, you know, where you don't need words to express the hilarity of Tom and Jerry. Yeah, they drew all of it by hand. That is absolutely insane. What animal were you watching, Commander Lex? Inuyasha. I've never heard of it. Sword Art Online bounced between really weird, not good, and amazing. The first half of every season I really loved, and the second half was either crap or weird or just disturbing. Like, first half, I would have killed for an entire show of just them in Sword Art Online, but instead, halfway through the first season, they leave it. I'm like, oh, come on. I thought I was signing up for an entire show of this, because I went in blind. I didn't know anything about it first. And it got really weird. In the second season, I liked the whole dealing with the kind of mental side of what happened. I enjoyed that. And then the beginning of the third season, same thing. I really enjoyed the beginning of the third season, but the second half of all 3 seasons were just awful. Rick and Morty feels like someone tried to combine Ben 10, American Dad, and Futurama. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Scooby-Doo was solid, dude. I loved Scooby-Doo as a kid. That was one of the other VHSs we had in our room, was Scooby-Doo. I don't remember what it was, but it was something with Scrappy-Doo. It was in like a really old, like abandoned house. I have like vague images. It was like in a swamp. I don't even remember what the bad guy was. I mean, fair madness. I do feel like we were kind of slow on the uptake just because we, you know, Westerners, we didn't see animation as anything more than like just children stuff. Dude, speaking of old movies like Sword in the Stone, really wild going back and watching the squirrel try to molest the main character. That was interesting to rewatch as an adult. But Beat, how scary the Black Cauldron was. Like, oh my gosh, that movie was terrifying as a child. Yes, Fogly Dogly. Let's open up our other account real quick and do our dailies on that account when we're sitting here. I do gotta get going soon. I wish I could do roster reviews today, but I don't think we're gonna have time because I have to get some things done before the end of tonight, which I have work in the morning, so I only have about 2 hours to do stuff before I have less than 6 hours of sleep going for me. But we will try and fit a roster review stream in because we didn't get a roster review stream in yesterday, so we will fit one in. Honestly, probably tomorrow. We'll do a roster review stream after I get off work. So keep an eye out for an announcement for a stream tomorrow. We'll do a roster review stream. But today's stream went a little long for our GACs. We stalled a bit and talked a bit too long. So it's not the PP channel, Oopstead. It is a new channel. So if you just look up Rabid Beaver Raid, you'll find it. Oh, we were having this conversation the other day. I was talking to a couple of buddies, and we were talking about like the first like crush you can remember having from like TV or animation. I'm trying to remember what it was for me. Oh, I remember. It was Ink, I think her name was, from Batman Beyond. Almost done with Han Solo. Have a great night, Burrito. It sounds good, Madness. You have a great night. Yeah, that sounds right. Oops, dead. Now, let's see. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's always the gotta make sure that there's no just straight up porn showing up. Okay, yeah, this one right here. It's always the goth chicks, right? You know, the Hex girls from Scooby-Doo, Raven from Teen Titans, what's her name from Kim Possible. It's always the goth girls that we always you know, gravitate towards as kids for some reason. Yep, exactly, Oopstead. Shigo, there's her name. Yeah, Shigo. Gwen from Total Drama Island. That's a poll. I haven't thought about Total Drama Island in forever. Dang, bro. That's a poll. Huh. What character do I need next? I'm gonna add her to my list. That's just a little fun side PP. Patty Mayonnaise? I actually don't know Patty Mayonnaise. I've heard the name before, but I don't know Patty Mayonnaise. Sounds good, Fogley. You have a great night, my friend. Doug on Nick? I don't know Doug either. There we go. Oh, come on. That's still not enough. I thought that was everything. What are we still missing? Ah, okay. Oh, I'll get that tomorrow. Okay, and then what's next? We spent our ship energy. We need mod battles. And then we need Cantina. We're so ahead on signal data on this account. I'm sure that'll change over time once we go for our first GL, but for now we're doing really solid for our stiff. Did I already do this then? Yeah, I just did that. That's right. Okay, next up, challenges. Can someone check and see if anyone is live right now and see if there's anyone we can raid real quick? I know, we're obviously streaming a little later than usual, so it's unlikely, but it's worth a check. Oof. Oh, I gotta see what our opponent did. Our opponent came in and got 10 banners. It wasn't even on Afra. Dang, dude. Dang, dude. Big oof. 2 battles on that team and could not get through it. Oh, dang, we're all the way down in Carbonite 4 right now. That's what I get for not signing up for like a couple weeks. Anyone find anyone that we can raid? Okay, that's all dailies. Already did the raid on this account. Okay, yeah, that's everything. Sweet. I definitely didn't use the max potion on Supreme Gaelic. Oh gosh. Most people suggest saving the max potions whenever you get them for during events where there's champion training events, but I mean, honestly, not a bad choice to get one of your campaign farmers immediately up. I'd immediately try to get Kale up to level 60 and then get Supreme Gaelic up to level 60 as fast as you can. Those two should carry you all the way to Brutal 12-3, which is where you're trying to shoot for. Zargala isn't bad. Yeah, I mean, the problem is when you get a legendary to start off, it makes it difficult to justify, you know, going for Zargala. But, like, you know, I used Rector Krath as my survival champion, and I still use her in, like, other content. I just don't use her in campaign too much, so... And that's your big focus at the beginning. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Big shout out to those who contributed to Beaver Dam, especially Rossi, giving Mara a treat. But it has been a damn good time being with you guys. And I am going to send you guys over to whoever's live right now, if there is anyone. And if there isn't anyone, we're going to send you to a random live just for fun on YouTube. Let's see. To go. Oh, it looks like there's a couple people live. Or no, it's just one person live, it looks like. So this guy streams his GAC and watches other people do their GAC in the GAC server. So there's a server that you can go to and you can get help with your GACs and kind of, you know, do your GACs live with other people. And so he does his GAC and then watches other people do it and streams it. So we're gonna raid him. It's been it's probably been 6 months since we last raided him. And I'm sure he's live on Twitch as well. Let's see. We'll raid him on both sides just for fun. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. No, it's not the Subway Surfers guy again, no. Although that was funny to me. But thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.